are live coming here with a brand new Stir the Pod podcast show. I'm your host Trevor, and tonight we're joined by Alex's brother Andy. Andy, how you doing tonight?
What up? What up?
And we're also joined by Andy's brother Alex. Alex, how you doing tonight?
Yo, yo, yo.
And we are here, episode 17. Whoa, mic check 1 2 1 2. Episode 17 of Vets in New Threats. Boys, we're running TJ's final. We made it. 17 episodes later, we're here. Started in August. It's November 19th. Here we are. Alex, his brother, Andy, opening thoughts.
I mean, I think I texted this to the group on Monday that at the start of this week, the only thing on my mind, especially with IU football having a bye week, was I cannot wait for Wednesday night. Like, this was the most I've actually been anticipating, like, a challenge episode in a very, very long time. And I think it delivered. I loved this episode. It wasn't like one of those, all-timers. I don't think it's one that I necessarily want to rewatch. You're on the Eagles are on like the 32-yard line. They could settle for a field goal, but it's 4th and 1. This was the tush push. This got the first down to set up what's going to be the eventual touchdown. It's not sexy. It's not appealing, but it was the perfect setup for what's to come. We didn't settle for a field goal. We're going for it. We got it. There's not a lot of cheering. It's expected. Move the chains. Let's get going. To the final we go. I love this foursome. In my opinion, there's only one write-off team. I think it's a 3-horse race, which I'm sure we'll dive into. But I love that I think it's a 3-horse race. I think there's an argument to be made for a lot of different teams. I'm fired up. I'm already ready for next week.
Wow.
On to Cincinnati.
Oh, come on. Alex, opening thoughts.
I think I feel similar to Andy. Maybe not as strong for the episode itself. Like, I wouldn't go so far as to say I love tonight's episode, but I still kind of really, really enjoy the spot we're at. I wouldn't say tonight was like a move the chains because that feels too negative for it. But I basically didn't love the episode, didn't enjoy a lot of things, but it didn't bother me that much, if that makes sense. Like, we've had boring episodes in the past, and it's like, oh, this is annoying. We've had 5 boring episodes in a row. I think we still came into this kind of riding off the high of last week, and then you end it with the high of going into the final. So even though, like, I don't think the elimination was great, the daily wasn't great, I still feel pretty good about everything, and so that makes me kind of happy.
This to me, and it was kind of an interessante episode. Like, it felt mumbo jumbo backwards, right? The Clurb.
The leadoff Clurb.
It threw me
was
off.
A curveball.
A
Clurb ball.
I like that. You know what else is throwing me off? And I just did Challenge Historian, just went back and went through 5 years of YouTube videos just to confirm this. What's throwing me off tonight? This is the first episode Alex is wearing glasses for. I just went through 5 years of STP things, and this is the first episode he's wearing glasses. I was kind of like taken aback.
Well, we, like you said, we made the final tonight, so I popped a bottle of champagne, pulled the Theo. So
I mean, come on.
Here we are.
God, didn't somebody say Theo? Like, when
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy.
I think it was Olivia.
We'll get into that scene later because I have some thoughts.
Oh. Okay. So let's dive right in. And don't you guys worry. We're ending tonight's episode, like I promised, with the Running Man review. What?
Well, that's one of the reviews.
What do you mean? Oh, you're doing your review?
The people are asking for it.
Okay. We'll wait for that then. All right. So let's talk pre-daily. Nothing really happened. Dot, dot, dot.
Enough of that.
Can we talk about how this pre-daily, we went backwards and we started with a club scene that took 25, 30 minutes? I think Andy texted in our group chat was like kind of worried. He was kind of nervous about having a to be continued episode. Like
I was terrified for that.
But it was kind of smart, right? Because there was no drama after the daily at all. There was no deciding who
True.
was going to vote in who. So like there wasn't. I think the producers made a rare smart decision where they're like, we have no footage to even fill in like those 20 minutes in the middle of the episode. So let's just put the drama beforehand and then just kind of speed through the daily, speed through everything else once we get to that point.
I'm going to kind of throw a grenade in here. This drama, was it actually really anything?
Yeah, well, you know what it was? It was Nani feeling like shit about herself because Will's gone. She's sad. She clearly played a hand at him going in. She legitimately voted for him to go in. And I think she was regretting a lot of that. You got the Will letter that was supposed to go to Justin, but then Nani read it, and then they both read it. And she got real pissed, I guess. And she thought that he was blaming her. Again, they voted Will in. So she was just mad that she was getting the blame for him going home. Again, she voted him in. And she was just throwing a fit, trying to blame other people, like trying to make it seem like she's not the bad guy in this scenario. Again, she voted him in. So I think it was just her way of dealing with her own bullshit and trying to make up for the fact that she voted him in.
Alex?
Yeah, I mean it was a classic challenge fight that didn't get like too crazy. I know they kind of did some hold me back-y stuff at certain points, but for the most part it was just kind of yelling about how things played out. And I found myself watching it like it felt I felt bad for Cedric and Michaela at certain points because the whole house turned on them, and I get it because they were kind of the one team, and we called this a few episodes before it happened. Like they were the one team kind of planting the seeds of like that alliance turning on each other, particularly against Jeremy and Aviv. But I think to Andy's point about they voted him in, like Nani could have saved herself all of this trouble if she didn't have this random deal with Theo that seemingly came out of nowhere. I think they were fighting like 2 episodes before that. And like if she doesn't have that deal, then she has a team to say outside of Will and whoever it was. Like I don't know. Nani, I get it why she's mad. It was great to see like old Nani activated and like see her yelling and all of that. That was so much fun to watch. But I think I think she had less of a leg to stand on than the whole house made her feel like she did.
Yeah, I just didn't get Nani in that whole scenario, and I don't think we really talked about it. But like, she voted Will in, so I think Nani was just. And what's funny is that whole move of the, I think Alex, you brought it up, was the whole Theo like move that burned her tonight. If she would have gone a different route and would have voted in, because it would have been Aviv and who got eliminated last week? Aviv and who? Will, of course. And Nani could have voted in who? Who would have been? It would have been Theo, right?
I don't know the scenario train we're following.
You lost me.
So
At Will.
No. Wait, who finished last week?
Waviv.
And then no, they didn't because they voted.
Oh, finished last.
Yes.
Medrick.
Yeah, so they've gone back-to-back weeks into elimination, Cedric and Michaela. Cedric and Michaela was on that side. If they would have thrown in, if Will would have said Theo's name and Nani would have followed, you get what I'm saying? And then let's say it was Theo versus Cedric in the elimination. there's probably a better chance Theo and Adrian in that tight quarters thing. Like,
Wait.
what?
Okay, in the what?
Go
In the
ahead.
fucking airplane. They probably would have gone home, right? I would have put Cedric and Michaela better than Theo and Adrian in that, correct?
And the
Yeah.
tight quarters, 100%.
I'm done. Fuck you guys. I can't. Yeah.
That's a
Well,
good point.
So my
But
point is, Nani probably would have. I can't even speak tonight. I'm so hammered right now. Nani and Justin probably would have been safe tonight. All right, fuck you guys. I'm
I
getting
think they
off.
whoop it in. Oh, come on.
Trev just tapped himself out. He did the Richardson.
I don't know if that's ever happened before. He did do the Richardson.
First time in STP history.
All right, so now I think we can talk about Running Man.
Yes.
Now I
So
think we can do our full Running Man review because we finally have the two biggest Glenn Powell guys here.
yes, thankfully.
All right, we done? We ready to move on?
Well, what I do want to have one last thing that we didn't really talk about too much. The first domino that fell in this whole scenario was Nani telling Aviv about the whole plan.
Mhm.
Like that was the first domino that triggered this whole chain of events, which again, Nani, she shot herself in the foot with that, and then she shot herself in the other foot by voting in Will, and then told Michaela, I can't walk. And it's like, well, yeah, you shot yourself in the foot twice. Like, what? How is this on me? So that is the last thing I just wanted to make sure was on record, too, is Nani did this completely to herself. She threw a little bitch fit. And this was her way of dealing with, like, I made two really big mistakes, and I feel like shit about it.
She did agree, and Nani is a classic, woe is me type person that we see on the challenge. Cedric and Michaela, though, also are sneaky and like it good for them. Look where it got them. Like they had the balls to basically like turn on their alliance at the exact right move, and like the whole house was mad at them, but like, and they kind of said this at some point. Somebody did in the confessionals, like, who cares? Like we've made it this far, and so it's like one of those things where I can kind of see both sides just in terms of like how they portrayed the fight and how they portrayed the house, because I think at this point everybody kind of sees like Cedric and Michaela have basically played this whole game being like, we're like the nice team that like is loyal, blah blah blah. And like in fact they're not loyal because they did try to like put in Jeremy and Aviv. Like they were the ones talking about it, and like when they were at the bar and they were asking Cedric those questions, um they were asking Cedric those questions and he just had no way to answer them. And like at the end of the day, it was a surprise to the alliance that they wanted to turn on Aviv and Jeremy. So I don't know. It was just like they played a really social game, and like it was going to bite them in the ass at some point, but it still paid off for them. It's like it is
Yeah.
what it is. It's the challenge.
And the difference there is Medrick made a challenge move, and it was a good challenge move. Nani just made a stupid fucking rookie decision twice. She told someone that they were voting her in before it happened, and then turned on the guy she was hooking up with, that her partner also had an alliance with too. So like Medrick, they were sneaky, they were a little snaky, were a little bit shady-y, but that's part of the challenge. What Nani did was just dumb.
I still don't understand why Nani hates Aviv. I really don't get that.
Who knows what's happening in that head?
Insane. Anything else from kind of the house fights, club, all that stuff, or can we kind of go into the daily now?
I think daily.
So 5 teams remain, and we had a good old fashioned I don't even know how to. This daily was just kind of all over the place. We're kind of tied up with each other. You and your partner are tied up. You're on a bicycle and you're just picking up countries and bringing it back and placing it on a map, essentially. Turbo doesn't know how to ride a bike. These countries are like, he didn't know how to ride a bike.
That was total bullshit. Right? We all know that. Like, they made a big deal of Sydney saying he doesn't know how to ride a bike. He was riding that bike just fine.
Can I ask
Like,
you
we
this?
all know that, right?
Can I ask you
They
this?
would.
If you're
Yes.
if you're a grown man and you've never ridden a bike before and you get thrown on a bike, is it really that hard to do?
If this was Turbo's first time riding a bike, then your question's answered. Because he was just fine.
I don't think riding like maybe I'm just an idiot. I mean, we train like Abby to ride a bike when she's 2 years old. Like it's not that hard.
Did
Yes.
he say the rich kids had bikes?
Yes.
Is that his reasoning, right? In Turkey? Is that where he's from?
Yes.
I mean, they did fine, and they won. I think it was a bit overblown.
What did you guys think about the whole partners are tied up to each other by this chain? They're biking, picking up a country, and slapping it on the board. I think the most team Turbo and Sydney got 20, and I think the least amount was 8. And how many countries were it? 32?
Something like that.
So 20 out of 32 and 8 out of 32. I mean, some of this stuff is like, to me, it's like the United States of America. If you don't know where that fucking is, or Mexico, like, why are you on the show?
Well, yeah. But hearing the list of countries they were being asked to name, this was really fucking hard.
You think?
You think blindly you could pick out where Uzbekistan is?
But here's the thing. I think there's so many, like Germany, where it's like it was Germany and then like that. Like, how close can they honestly be? Like, I know where Marco Marin's from, and I can pull that up on a
Legend.
map like that.
I think what made this challenge very difficult was that they had to put the arrows on as well. If the arrows were pre-built and it was which country is this, I think it's a totally different story. And I think it would have been better for them and for us.
Oh wait, there were arrows, like it wasn't like at the United States, and then you just
No,
select-
the
Oh,
arrows were on the sides. So if you said like this is Argentina, you had to pick up an arrow from the side, point it there, and then say Argentina, which I think made this challenge really hard.
Yeah, you basically didn't know which countries on the map, which plots of land were part of it or not.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have done pretty fucking bad at this based on just like the countries that they had listed. Like it wasn't a lot of like common countries that most people have heard of. And that to me made it a not fun daily to watch. And they're going back and forth, and like ultimately I just never like any daily where every team struggles. And like I know Turbo and Sydney did pretty well, but even they like didn't really know exactly what they were doing. Like when you have these shots of like TJ laughing at every single person how bad they're doing, like I just think that's a bad daily. Like make the geography thing be like a smaller part of it, and maybe they get like some sort of like something else bigger than like just putting them on the map. But when that's it, I think you're just I don't think you have a good daily there.
how do you think, Alex, you could have made this better? Kind of the same setup. What do you think about the idea of Justin? Like, he kind of made a joke about himself with the United States. If you would have just put all 50 states on there and you would have just done that.
I mean, that would have been, I guess, better because it would have been easier. So instead of like every team basically being helpless, is what they all felt like. They'd all have like somewhat of an idea, but I don't know. And I just hated the concept of like the only thing really is geography.
Can I
Like,
ask you
yes, you
this?
have to go back and forth, but like, I don't know.
If we did 50 states, how many states do you think Adrian and Theo could have gotten?
Ooh.
What's the over under?
I've got my over-under.
I
I
was
think
going to
it's
say 7.5.
I would say like 6.5.
I was going to say 5.5.
So 6.5.
I think they know Florida, just like by thinking about it on a map, California, and Texas. That might be it. Like everyone knows New York, but do you think two English people could pick out the state of New York on a map?
No. If they were to choose Indiana, where do you think Indiana would be?
They'd say, "What is this? Indiana?"
God.
I mean,
Um,
did you guys like enjoy the daily as a whole?
I mean, it was just fine. Like I feel like it was a daily that is towards the end of the show. It's just a fine like 5, 6, 7 teams left. Like,
I did not like it. I
see, I
think this
think
was
I'm higher on it than you guys
I
for
just
sure.
thought there wasn't anything like fun about watching it. They were all just guessing.
exactly. I thought it was like I didn't hate the idea of it. I think if it would have been structured of what country is this, what country is that, as opposed to point to all of these countries, I think it would have been a little bit better. But especially as we got going, it was so clear that no one knew anything. And that's what's tough is like this wasn't a puzzle that was hard that you could potentially work to figure out. It was like you either know it or you like it was trivia. Like we legitimately just got trivia as the last daily going into a final. And I love trivia, but I love trivia with a big group, middle of the season, doesn't have like a ton of implications on it. This was not the right time to do a trivia heavy daily.
Yeah, totally agree. Make it like if you want to do geography, make it like there's 10 countries, but there's like 5 rounds of it, and each team goes and like whoever like rides their bikes the fastest gets the most guesses, and then the next one is like a running or a swimming or like building something, and then you kind of have more guesses to basically like throw at these countries. But when you just have like a blind test and like the other part of it, the biking really doesn't come into play much. Like all it comes down to is just like what their geography knowledge is, and like all of them have a low geography knowledge. So like I don't know. I think it was a fail of a daily.
And guess what? The team who won was, and I know like Sydney supposedly took the reins a lot, but I don't think it's a coincidence that the one person who lives in Turkey or grew up in Turkey won this because like instead of knowing the 50 states, like Europe is smaller than the United States. And even if Turbo isn't the smartest guy out there, he knows the countries that surround Turkey, probably a few other and like the little ring outside of that as well. So like it's no surprise that they won.
Turbo he's just one of a kind though. I mean, he's
He
just
is.
he's I don't know. All right. So Turbo Sydney pick up the win. Medrick finishes last. I can't even read these. This is just out of Michelle and Cedric finished last. Voting time.
Michelle.
Michaela and Cedric finished last. Voting process, not really that hard. Nani and Justin. Obviously, when you have Theo on one side, Olivia on the other, you know where this vote's going. So basically, I think it was kind of. Did you guys feel like it was weird? Like the whole voting thing where everybody was so like happy and cheering and like I think Sydney and Turbo said something about it, but like I don't know, the vibe felt very weird.
I agree. Like maybe it's the combination of the entire house naturally just kind of bonded going against Medrick at the start of this episode, mixed with we're one elimination away from the final. Like we've seen that before, where one episode prior to the final. The cards are already laid. Everyone knows what's going to happen. It's just a matter of who wins. So there's not a lot of backstabbing or ill will towards people. But I didn't like it. It felt weird. And I think Turbo called it out too. Um, it was weird to see.
Alex,
Yeah.
anything on that
Yeah.
or no?
I agree. I mean, you just have these things late in the season where, I mean, we saw it. I think Michaela said it when they were still at the daily, but the results had been announced. She was like, Nani and Justin are going in. And like, she knew that. Everybody knew that. So, like, if you think about it in real time, there's probably another 24 hours before they actually go in and vote. So, like, I think everybody has just come to terms with like what it is. And everybody's like, basically like happy with the fact that there's no drama, and they're not maybe happy with the results like Nani and Justin aren't. But everybody just kind of knows what's going to happen, and yeah, it felt a little weird, I would say.
One thing I want to bring up, and I know Andy brought it up last episode, but after this part, we go obviously into the elimination. Elimination happens. What do we think about not doing the location change? Not good?
I hate it.
I mean, it's always better with a location change.
I
Right?
just feel like it was so like, and we can talk about it, I guess, after the elimination. But I felt like TJ is like, you guys are now in the final. Like it was so like anticlimactic. It was just kind of like, what are we doing?
And like we saw, did you guys watch any of the preview right after the episode?
Yes.
No, I didn't see it.
Well, at one point in time, I'll just say they're in a helicopter going somewhere. So like it's clear like it would just be so easy to say, pack your bags, we're going to the final. And even if it's like to the neighboring country, I think they're in Chile, home of Alexi Sanchez. I'm not positive, but like you could so easily just go one country over, but you get to say, pack your bags, we're going to the final. You get that whole feel to it, as opposed to your point, Trev. It's like, all right, we're in the final. Like, come on.
So yeah, and I mentioned this earlier, and I'll just bring it up now, even though it was the last part of the episode. When they come back and they're all toasting, I thought that whole scene was just weird. It was awkward. Like this is the time of an episode or the season where it's usually like really good and really fun to kind of like see the final 4 cast members or final 8 cast members or 6 going to the final, like kind of reminisce on how they've gotten there. And maybe, who knows, maybe next episode we'll get that before they actually like start the final. Fingers crossed. But like it just felt rushed. It was right at the end of the episode. Like, I don't know. Usually it's the moment where like they kind of show flashbacks to all the teams and everybody's happy. And then it was like tonight, it was like, oh, Olivia cheers me, and like half the cast isn't even in the room anymore. Like it was just really awkward.
Can we also talk about Olivia? Correct me if I'm wrong, Alex. Isn't she pregnant?
Oh, that is true. At
So
at this time, yes.
So she's just drinking champagne.
Yes.
That kid might be fucked.
National television.
Oh, you think? No, that's a good call out because this was, and they even made a couple little comments. Like it was mentioned that like Adrian and Theo deserved to be going to the final because of how many times they've gone into elimination. That's such a clear setup to do a quick little montage and to cut that up where it's like, yeah, you two clearly deserve to be here. You've gone in the sand so many times, and it shows them like voting in, like they can do the nominations. Adrian Theo, Adrian Theo, Adrian Theo, going in the sand, coming back. Instead, it was just the sentence, and then I think Sydney said like, yeah, Turbo even said like, yeah, you deserve to be here, even though he wasn't even there. Like it was weird.
And And you know what I think some of it comes from? I was thinking of this as we got like the final 8, and I know we're kind of jumping ahead still, but I think what part of it is that if you think about the final 8, yes, I think they're all like 4 interesting teams, and I'm excited to watch them all run a final. You don't have the true veterans. You don't have the true people who have been here for years and years and years. You don't have a Nani. You don't have an Ashley, Bananas, Leroy, CT. Like, if you think about the vets, it's Turbo, Theo, Michaela, and Olivia. Like, you don't have people who have been there for decades. And usually these are the people who have, like, and you even just have 1 or 2 of them. They're the teams where it's like, oh, this guy's back in another final or blah, blah, blah. Like, you didn't have that just because you have these like newbies. And I think that you don't really have anybody to kind of carry the torch in terms of like the true challenge diehards.
One champion.
Yeah.
One. Turbo.
Can I come in with like a quick 30-second timeout? Can we just talk about the elimination quick so we can just get that out of the way and then continue this conversation? Because I think the elimination can take all of 30 seconds. Because we are jumping ahead a little bit. Let's just go back.
Was the timeout to ask that or a 30-second elimination discussion or both?
30-second timeout for a full timeout. The full timeout
You're out of
is
timeouts.
the elimination.
You're out of timeouts. You're out of timeouts.
I need a timeout. High level guys don't understand. All right, so let's talk elimination. It was a fucking bloodbath. Did you guys like it? Did you not like it?
The elimination was fucking terrible. I mean,
I didn't like the little circle. I didn't like the little circle in the middle.
Yep. That's all you have to say. Are we soft now? Like, it's just the whistle blows and you made it, and it's like you're in like kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like a capture the flag, like a safe zone. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it's kind of bullshit. Also, Nani, what performance was that? That was terrible.
I kind of enjoyed seeing that. Nani was pissing me off start of this episode.
I think on the last, I know Justin lost and then they kind of went to Nani. I think there was a moment where Nani tried kicking. Like, I don't know if you saw that. Like, we might have to go to VAR and maybe get that red card out. But I think there was a leg kick.
Well, and Nani, after the very first time when Michaela literally ran over her, Nani got up and was like, damn, Michaela. Almost like, why would you be doing this to me? What the fuck are you talking about? You were just ripping this girl, getting in her face. And if she has the opportunity to sit you on your own ass, yeah, she's going to do that.
Yeah, Joe Salt writes they've nerfed balls in for multiple seasons now. And I do remember they have the circle, like, protection zone or whatever you want to call it. But that's stupid, right? Like,
it'd be like doing hall brawl in like a 4-foot wide hall.
What?
It's not even hall brawl. This wasn't even balls in.
Yeah, this is like part of like why I didn't like tonight's episode, even though I'm still like positive about where we're at and everything. But like the elimination was just another swing and a miss. I didn't, they have these huge balls that they have the safe zone now. It's 2025. They also are running at the same time. Didn't like that. Didn't like how you have to kind of like figure out where the girls are at, where the guys are at. Like, you compare this to Bananas Darrell, Bananas Isaac, I think on free agents, Laurel, Cara Maria, like, they're not the same elimination. Mm-hmm. Like, regardless of who was in it and how well they were going to do, like, you're not going to get a good elimination out of this. Like, I think this was just a bad part of the episode.
Well, Alex, they changed the name. It's Balls In 2.0. I think back then it was called Balls In. So, like,
so stupid.
All right. Time in.
I mean, I think that might have been longer. I think we might have to go to an official review for that. I think that was over 30.
All right. So we're talking about the final 8. Do we want to just stack rank them?
I mean, but surely we've never already like ranked them and can pull something up saying we ranked them. I don't know. What's that bright pot of gold shining in front of Andy's face? I can't really tell.
That's actually the treasure chest that the winners get.
Oh, come on. The island? All right, what's the screen that's just got shared with me? 1 second, everybody. I mean, this is just...
All right, so this is still from day one. If
Wait,
you
wait,
look
wait.
on
What's this
what?
5-4 on D?
5, maybe 4.
No.
Can you explain that ranking?
No.
Yes. All right. So over here on the right is what we had prior to today.
Okay.
Waviv went home. Justin and Nani went home today. So now we're at the final four, and this is where things are at.
Can
And
you zoom
again,
in?
yeah, I'll zoom in. So here's where we're at going into the final. Open to interpretation. Vegas is not super confident.
Other way. Keep sliding.
I know people are excited. They want to see it. This is what we got.
Oh, you made another one.
Thoughts?
I like those rankings. I'm not sure on the odds. I'm not a betting guy, but the rankings. I think
they passed that bill, Trev. You're good.
City and Turbo minus 150.
These are all plus.
All plus odds.
I think that's fair. I think that's still the same order. I think Sydney and Turbo and Olivia are probably like the two favorites. Medrick are kind of right behind them. I would say maybe Theadrian, probably not like as long of a long shot, just because it is a final. Like, and we saw in the previews too, like there's a decent chance one of the three teams ahead of him is DQ'd for whatever reason. So maybe I'd probably have them a little closer, but still definitely like a ways away. But overall, I think those rankings kind of stay true to what we had last episode, and nothing really in the daily or anything changed them.
Can I ask you guys this? And I like
Yes.
the doctor's question of biggest strength and biggest weakness.
Ooh.
Why do we have, and to Alex's point, I think it'd be closer between Adrian and Theo to Michaela and Cedric. You have how many? You have plus 1100 and plus 245. Why? What's their biggest weakness, Andy? Why do you? How is that?
It's kind of simple. Running, endurance for both of them.
Okay.
Like both of them have shown that that's not like one of their main strengths. Unfortunately, in the final, that is a huge, huge part of it. So I think that carries a ton of weight.
What about Michaela's ankle?
That's kind of the wild card. And you said you didn't watch the preview, but that might pop up again. It might not. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
It has to come up. It has. I mean, they've showed it 10 times. It's not like it's not going to come up again.
Can I ask you guys a question about? We're talking about the four teams and the rankings and everything, and would love to kind of hear the chat's thoughts as well. We've talked about the four teams and how we would kind of rank them going into the final. Who are you guys rooting for?
Honestly,
who is the one team where you're like, if I can have my way, I want them to be first place? Because like for me personally, I'll just go first. Like if Justin and Nani were still here, they probably would have been my pick. And if I just like go through these four teams, like Sydney and Turbo would be maybe my pick, but like Turbo is also a lunatic. Jeremy and Olivia really like Jeremy. It would be cool to see him win. Not sure about Olivia. Michaela and Cedric probably would have been my pick up until like maybe the past 2 weeks, but now they're kind of the snaky snakes. And then Adrian and Theo are just kind of like there. And I still like Theo a lot, but I just like, I don't know. I kind of want to hear you guys answer because I'm not sure who my actual pick is.
I think I'm game for honestly anybody to win. Like I'm fine. But here's my point: is like if any of those teams win, I don't like. I think all these
agree. Yeah.
Yes.
Alex, there's a negative on every single one of these teams, so I don't really care who wins. Like,
But if you had to pick one that you're like, I would be most happy if this
I would
team won.
probably go with Bananas and D. Wait,
Bananas.
when's the Redemption House coming into play?
I actually have an answer.
I would go Sydney and Turbo.
And wait, who did you say you would go for, Alex?
I think I just determined my answer, but I didn't say it before. I think I would probably say Medrick.
Wow.
Ooh.
We have
Just-
three different
Just to
answers.
be kind of the villains that win.
Okay.
We have three different answers. Because I'm going Thadrian.
Ooh, okay. 1,100. Good odds.
And the reason I want Thadrian, looking at all these teams, I think we're all kind of in agreement. Like, I don't hate any of these teams winning. I don't hate any of these, like, foursomes or twosomes. I'm excited for it. But I think Thadrian has quietly been having one of the most impressive seasons we've seen in a while. They haven't had the numbers in their favor at all. They've gone into the sand multiple times. And here they are in the final. And like Theo going into this season, I think we talked highly of him as a returning vet. And Adrian was thought of highly as a 4. But at the end of the day, like once you saw them in action, like Theo isn't the same Theo as he's been in previous seasons, but he's still here and they've done well. We've always kind of floated that this team could be a potential stake being claimed, and they just keep fucking doing it. Like, I don't know. I like this team. They hate each other, but they kind of like each other, and they just put up when they need to. So I think seeing them actually win it all, I think we would go back and look at this season and be like, that was a very impressive season. That's where my head's at.
Fair. And especially going into the final, they're not expected to win. So seeing them win would be fun. And
Yes.
I don't know. I think all three of our reactions to this, it's kind of fun when you have a final like this. Like any of the 4 teams, we'd all kind of be like happy to see win, but maybe not like. But there's also not one team where we're like actively being like, oh yes, we want this team to win. Like let's go. So I don't know. It's going to be fun watching. This is the interesting foursome that we have.
And I also think the flip side of that is I really don't want this team to win. Because you have that in the finals a lot, where it's like, I really don't want this one team to win. Like, I'm thinking the Fezzies of the world that I think the one time he was in, and then he ended up being a little baby back bitch, couldn't eat that little thing. And Casey was walking on one leg, and he was the one that got him DQ'd. But there's times where you're just like, I want anyone but this team. I don't think we have that here, and I think it's very exciting.
Agree.
Where did we have these guys? I guess we really didn't have these guys ranked at the beginning of the year because these teams have switched so much.
Since the lock-in, it's right here.
Yeah. So we had kind of one. I don't even know the best way to say this. It's like,
look, this top 6 was spot on, aside from Leo and Ashley, and then you had a little switch up.
Yeah, go more to your left.
Let me just do this. This was when we were who's Corey's partner.
So look at this. The pick order and picked by Aviv picking Yermi. Yermi's in the final. Theo picking Izzy.
Flip flop. Yermi picked Aviv.
Sorry. Regardless, Yermi in the finals. Izzy had the second pick, picked Theo in the final. Cedric had the third pick, picked Olivia, both in the final. Sydney had a pick. She's in the final. I mean, you literally had the first, what was that, 5 picks, 4 picks, all with people in the finals.
Yeah.
And
so who's the biggest dog in this scenario? Justin? Because he was never picked?
Yeah.
Because like he could have gotten picked earlier, but he didn't get picked. Oh, but he's also not in the finals.
No, but look how far Turbo was.
Yeah.
He's got to be, because Michaela's in front. It's got to be him, right? Yeah. Interessante.
Do we want to talk about some
Interessante. How did I say it before?
I think there's
Bose.
2 Z's.
Mikey the doctor's calling for this in the chat. Me and Alex both watched the preview. Trev, do you want to know about just one little thing that's a curveball?
Oh my God.
I
There's a
think
curveball.
we have to.
There's actually a twist. It's not just a curveball, it's a full-on twist.
Is it a curveball?
It's not a curveball.
That was all time.
So the twist is at some point in time during this final, TJ asks, would anyone like to stake a claim?
Okay. I feel like that's a no-brainer that a team should definitely do that. If you're in last place, you should 100% stake a claim.
We don't know how that's going to affect if they're like in first to fourth, or if it's a point system, or if it like has to be vet and new threat paired together. We don't know any of that, but that was thrown out there as a
Did
twist.
he also say take the money and run?
Not yet.
I always bulge at Bananas and Sarah. Oh no, just go to bed, Sarah. You'll be fine. I'll
On the
As he
logs
pops an
overnight.
Adderall.
Yes.
Legend.
All right.
So you're saying you can stake a claim in the finals at some point, but we don't know when.
Yeah.
I think it's a no-brainer. If your team's in last place, why not?
But then what is that? If it's timing based and like this team finished first and second and third and fourth, what happens if the fourth place guy wants to stake their claim for the first place girl? Like what happens?
I don't know. Maybe it's the average of the times and they both lose on that. I don't know.
I don't know. I think this is just a classic challengey thing where they hype it up and nothing comes of it. I think there's at least a 50% chance that nobody stakes their claim. And even if they do, they still have to win the thing for it to actually happen. So I think this is just going to be a classic preview thing. Maybe they end part 1 on that, and then they come back to part 2 and nobody raises their hand. Like I could see something like that.
So Andy, to your point of how do you do the times and stuff, there's only one way to do that. A coin flip.
Coin flip.
Obviously.
And I will say
staking your claim and winning, and then you do the coin flip and it's like Mario Party. It's like when you do like the chance time and you stay in the exact same spot. It's essentially that.
One thing that actually kind of got me excited is right after that it cut to Theo saying, all right, no more.
Fine, talk about it. Earmuffs.
Well, I mean, Alex, you saw it. Cut to Theo saying Olivia and I could have a couples win here.
Yes.
Which, if there's any stake to be claimed, that would be the one that I'd want to see.
But I think what they'll probably do is like you played the odds. You have somebody in your relationship on 2 different teams.
But does it really matter once you're in the final?
Maybe not, but maybe it depends kind of how it's all shaking out. But I think to your point and to my point earlier, I think right when I saw that little thing from Theo, I think that was played up for a perfect like Theo saying that, and then the next thing is like, okay, Theo, what do you want to do? And he says like, I'm gonna stay. And then they cut to them and they're like, we think it's better to just stay with our partners, blah, and ride it out. Like I think that was a foreshadowy, misdirection-y, not living up to the hypey type thing.
Yeah, I could see that.
Good. All right.
And then he said,
God, you son of a bitch. All right. Is that it? And then we're going to segs?
let's do some
Yeah.
segs.
All right. First segment, what do we got, Alex?
So first segment we have is Pluto Playback.
Ooh,
Pluto
classic.
Playback is on a great season right now, but it actually just came up on an ad.
It's a commercial?
Do you want to do your review now?
I think
Sure.
on
I
YouTube
think
is-
I think the challenge has done it again. Puss in Boots is a phenomenal movie. If you have not seen Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, you have to get it going soon. It's on the cock. It's just like it's a kids movie, sure, but that's just because it's animated. It's for all ages. It's phenomenal. You gotta watch it. You'll love it. As I've always said, and as I will continue to say, I need more puss.
Hey, Andy. It's kind of
Wow.
scary.
It is scary.
I had this. I was watching it in the middle of the night, and I had to like turn the lights back on. It was like I was going like looking.
What a review.
God, but my review, The Running Man. I mean, Glenn Powell is so smirky. Like he goes all in his character, which I bulge at. The movie's
Wait,
very.
can I ask for no spoilers, or do you want to
I'll
do
go.
spoilers?
I'll go no spoilers. I'll go no spoilers. So the movie ends. So Glenn Powell just throws himself at this role, which I love. It's like a futuristic world. Overall, the biggest like question mark in this entire movie, why did this not come out in the summer? This is like a perfect summer film, and it's just coming out in what is it, November right now? I mean, hell, if this would have came out episode 1 of the challenge, in August, would have been awesome. Hell, I might have been talking about it even more. A lot of the stunts that you see in this movie should have been dailies.
Oh,
Like, it would have
come
been
on.
I won't say any of the stuff, but like it was a very fun movie. The script is kind of just all over the place. It makes it kind of like an episode of the challenge. It doesn't like go in order, kind of fucked up a little bit. However, it's just a fun watch.
1 to 10.
1 to 10, I would probably give it like 1.5 thumbs up.
Oh, come on. Smirk.
What about Puss in Boots out of 10?
2 paws up.
Oh, come on. What about the milk scene?
The milk scene was awesome.
I bulged.
Taking shots of milk.
God. It's hilarious.
When did the Running Man episode come out? Wasn't that like 2 months ago?
Yeah, it was I think it was back in 2024.
What was the daily even?
I think they were running.
Oh, come on. What was the daily? I kind of forget that now.
Did they have Glenn Powell like in a video message to them, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what was it?
I think Nani was waving at him. Thought it was a Skype.
No, but it's a fun movie. Y'all should definitely go see it.
Okay.
God. Wait, now I threw on Pluto Playback right now. Alex, are you ready for Pluto Playback?
Yeah, let's get into it. Rivals.
Well, no
2.
spoilers
Huh?
for Trev. This is going to be a trivia.
This is true. This is
No,
Pluto.
no. It's just Pluto Playback.
I guess that's more TDICH.
God, Jordan.
It's the Rivals 2. This is probably what, halfway into the season?
Did you just see what just happened?
What, Jordan's little backflip?
Yes.
So classic Jordan.
Trev needs new shorts.
Yes, I do.
Trev, aren't you on the Rivals 2 as the GOAT
Yes,
bandwagon?
I bulge at Rivals too. It was also like my first season live.
All right, well then talk about what you're seeing here.
Well, I'm seeing Jordan doing a backflip off of the fucking rope.
That could be any season.
I mean, this is just wet. I mean, look at this. I see Jordan, I see CT, I see Kara, I see Wes. I mean, come on. Like, what is going on? Cook, Marlon. Like, I mean, this is just insane.
Marlon quitting because he
Yeah,
can't
look at him.
swim.
Look at him, just like his confessional, he's just bitching. And also, TJ being pissed off right now because Marlon's quitting.
It's a good point.
Don't see that anymore. Look at him pissed.
We just
God, is
missed.
Jordan wearing a beanie? Wait, how is Nani still doing this show?
Nani's still on this. We had just missed the. It was on when we like started the pod. The Leroy and Ty versus Jordan and Marlon Hall Brawl.
God.
That was
So,
the
Andy,
episode right
this
before
is the episode where you and your partner both jump on the rope and then you swing, and it's like you're looking like a fucking trapeze thing or whatever, and you're jumping to the other bar. Like, first off, how are they allowed to even do this? Like, this is sketchy as hell. But I'm all in for it. And then swim to the buoy. Camilla, I mean, God.
Camilla looks bad.
God, she kind of sounds bad.
I can't. So Nani, we're not going to see Nani. Well, does Nani have?
Did you just see who was on the screen? Andy's girl, Anissa.
Oh, Anissa.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Will we see Nani again?
Yes.
We have.
I think it's a 2-part question. Will we see Nani? Do we want to see Nani?
Ooh.
Yes.
I think let's do that for both people eliminated.
I think Nani, I want to see back. Justin, I want to see back as well. I think both are good people for the show. Justin, I had a great insider tell me he was legit. He showed out majority of the season. So tip of the cap to my insider DB. She knows me so well.
Nani, I would say yes. I mean, she's just like, she feels like part of the family. She's been here for a decade and a half. Justin, I would say for me, falls right in that range of like, if he's on another season, great. Glad to see you. If you're not, I'm not like particularly being like, oh man, I wish we had Justin. Like I liked him. He was a good rookie to have. He was fun to see week to week, but like it's kind of just like give me another season to kind of decide.
Okay. Another tryout. That's fine.
Yeah.
I think Justin's done enough to earn his spot. I would like to see him back. I hope he wants to come back. I'd like to see him with someone other than Nani. Because like Nani played a good political game, but this is her first elimination and they got sent home.
Mm-hmm.
She's not that great when it comes to winning challenges. But I do think Nani will want to come back. I would like to see her back simply because like this episode was proof she can still cut it up with the best of them.
Oh yeah.
But Mikey the Doctor does bring up a good point. I only want to see single Nani back. Nani when she was with Casey. Like, look, I'd be happy for you. By all means, don't want to see you back. If it's single Nani and she's going after the rookies like she always does, I'm in for it. But relationship Nani, I'm out.
That's a great caveat. It's a great point. I have what were you smirking at, Trev?
I'm just seeing bananas on my screen.
I think we can probably get into MVP, LVP. I have a question that I can pose to you guys that's kind of unrelated to it's kind of related to Nani was my inspiration for it, but maybe I can pose this as we wait for the order. I'll guess the order. I'll say me, Trev, Andy. Do you guys have your guesses?
I'm going to say me, Alex, Trevor.
Me, Andy, Alex.
Okay. So the question that I was thinking of was Nani talked a lot about how she was going to, she had this dream of her like winning the challenge. And I started thinking to myself, like, what would it actually look like if she won? And obviously, that's not going to happen, probably never going to happen. What are the good examples, if we have any, of that happening, of somebody being on the season or being on the show for several seasons, never winning, and then finally winning. I think that the examples that came to my mind were CT and Paula.
Mm-hmm.
Paula was always like, close but never winning. Then she finally won on Rivals. CT was like, it was like when he won, it was like, how have you not won before? And it's like, oh yeah, because you were punching people and being a lunatic. But are there any other examples of that? Because now we have like Leroy, Nani, who have done like dozens of seasons, but
I think it took a long time for Kara to win.
that's a good one.
But wasn't hers Bloodlines?
It's like I know, but it's like still, it's like she beat Bananas in that. I think it was like 5 or 6 people remaining, and then it was kind of. I mean, the season sucked, but I'm just thinking of somebody like that.
That's a good one. It just sucks that it came during that season. The first thing that popped into my head was CT winning Invasion. And that was not his first ring, but that was the introduction to Dad Bod CT. And it was kind of like no one expected him to win. He didn't expect to win. And I remember him like holding the little trophy, being like, I still have it. Like it wasn't the first one, but it was like I can still do this. Unfortunately, I think that gets dampened a bit because he's been on like every fucking season since then. Kind of like Bananas doing the I don't know how many more I got left in me teach. But I do remember when he won that ring, it was like I got another one. I can still do this. And that could have been a ride out in the sunset.
What about
So, like,
Bananas then?
what do you mean?
6 to 7. 6, 7. The Rivals 3 take the money and run to his last ring. Because everybody thought Bananas was never going to win again, right?
Yeah, I think my original question has gotten a bit distorted.
I know, but we went off of Andy going from CT's second win. I'm just saying, like, if we're going that route, Bananas 6 to 7, like
that was impressive.
But what about, to go back to Alex's original? What about Laurel?
That's what I was gonna say.
Not as many seasons though. I get it. Like, but you would have thought she would have had more rings at that time.
Yes.
She was like undefeated in eliminations, I believe.
Yeah. I think the sweet spot for this, like the answers we gave initially, CT, Kara, I think the sweet spot is like 8, 9 seasons. Because if you get to like 10, 11, 12 seasons, kind of the Leroy zone, then you start to enter like, you're probably never going to win this. And then you have people like, I'm thinking like a couple seasons ago, like Devin. Like Devin, sure, he was close a couple times, but it never felt like, oh man, this guy, like, he's getting so close each and every season. Like he probably won on what, like his 6th or 7th season. Like, I guess it's kind of close, but it never really felt the same. Or like someone like Tori, like I don't know.
I think Tori kind of felt like that. Now that you mentioned Devin,
you think?
Yeah,
I thought Tori had more of that feeling
answers
you're describing than Devin, at least for me. Because Tori was always like top 3 girls going into any season, but she never had a ring until her first.
True.
All right. MVP, LVP? I think Andy's brother Alex is up first. Alex?
Oh man. I don't know if there's a lot of MVPs tonight. A lot of probably LVP candidates. I don't like that I'm going first here for MVP. I'm gonna go with the viewers because we made it to the final. We put in 17 episodes. Next week is Thanksgiving. We're finally going to the final. 8 people left, 4 teams. It's always just a fun, satisfying feeling when we see. And we said it was a little bit Trev said anticlimactic. going into the final. The way TJ kind of announced it, but like we're here. So I'm just going to give MVP to all of the fans, all of the viewers.
I love it. I think that's a great pick. I'm gonna go with my MVP pick as Turbo. If you think about what Turbo did this episode, during all the drama during the club ball, he was just playing video games. He was playing, you know, like what are like Pac-Man, and like he was just kind of doing his own thing, didn't give a shit. And then during the daily, he was just riding around on a bike. Won. So he pretty much just played video games, rode a bike, won the daily, didn't even stay around and pop the champagne. He was just kind of doing his own thing, which as a viewer, I don't love. Like it wasn't entertaining, but good for him. That's not a bad day for him. That's
No,
my
and
MVP.
it's in Turbo, I think this is only his 4th flagship season. He did War of the Worlds, both War of the Worlds, and then Ride or Dies in this one. I think he did like some spinoffs, but this is only his 4th flagship, and it feels like he's done way more than that. And 2 out of 4 seasons making the final with a championship already under his belt. Like that's not a bad resume. It's a crazy kind of route to get there because of the 720, but it's not a bad start.
What you got, Trev?
My MVP tonight is Sydney. And I'm going Sydney because I think she was the one who carried the weight on the daily. And if you've kind of seen overall, she's kind of carried the team. Turbo has not looked great, I don't think. And also that one shot she had, A+. So I'm going Sydney.
Interzante.
Okay.
Did I miss this shot?
Oh yeah.
Was it the daily?
You don't know what shot he's talking about.
What was it, daily or what?
It was after the daily. It was
after
confessional. It was like
voting.
not a confessional. It was like she was sitting outside talking to Turbo after the voting.
I think I missed it. Fuck.
Well, guess we know who pays attention. My LVP tonight is Hall Brawl 2.0. I think it's so fucking stupid. We have a safe zone now. Hall Brawl 2025. Maybe that's what the 2.0 is for. It's soft. It's not the Hall. It's not the ball. Did I say Hall Brawl? I meant balls in. Balls in
Yeah,
2.0. Balls in 2.0. Excuse me. I'm losing it tonight.
Wait, so what's the pick?
The pick is balls in 2.0. I think I've seen Hall Brawl so much. I just want to call everything a Hall Brawl now. It's balls in 2.0. Just a lame ass elimination tonight. You give us a good thing and it sucked. Like, and that's what sucks is like when we get something as good as balls in and it's just completely just nerfed now. So LVP balls in 2.0.
That's a really good pick. Because it stinks like seeing a headbanger, seeing balls in, and it just not even really being balls in.
Correct.
And
the performances were shit. But you can choose
Yes.
those people, but I'm just saying on top of it.
Well, that leads me to my LVP, and I've actually got 4 that I'm rattling my head against right now.
4.
But I have to take this. My LVP is Nani.
Fuck.
She was just really pissing me off tonight. She's playing this victim but aggressor role. She played a stupid fucking game. She has the audacity to go up to Michaela during their little argument during the club ball and say, "This isn't Survivor. This isn't Big Brother. This is the challenge, honey." How many fucking rings do you have? Like, you can't be telling someone how to play the show when you don't have a single fucking ring. And when she was going on that little tangent about like, I've been dreaming of the day of getting to the top of that mountain, and TJ saying, "You're the challenge champion." So have I. Like, what do you mean? You think because like you want that to happen so bad that it's magically gonna appear? You're fucking bad. You've been on this show for 10 years, probably 18 seasons. You have nothing to show for it. You shot yourself in both feet tonight or over the last 2 episodes, and yet you have the audacity to call someone else out about how they played the show. Guess what? They're in the final. You're not. You screwed yourself over, and Michaela literally ran you over like you were just right in her way. She sat you on your ass, and then you said, "Oh, damn, Michaela. Sit down, shut up, get your plane ticket, go home."
Wow.
That's my OVP.
Alex?
Pick. That's a good pick, and that's what my pick was going to be. And I think because there was a lot of, as they say, kumbaya on the tonight's episode, I don't know if there's a lot of other people outside of Nani that I can even think of. And so I guess I just kind of have to go with the one person that's just been attached to her. I'll just give it to Justin. And he didn't have like anything crazy, but at the end of the day, if you're getting bullied like that in a physical elimination against a guy that's not that big, come on, you got to do something else. Like, and he, you knew it was over when they cut to the confessionals after they explained the rules, and he's just like looking to the side, and he is just ready to get out of there. And honestly, he had been checked out for the past couple episodes, it seemed like. But he just wanted no part of that elimination, even though it was against somebody that he should have, like, on paper had a shot against. And he was just like ready to get out of there. So still, like, I think a decently impressive season for him. He won the elimination. He made it really, really far. He was the third rookie guy left. And seeing his kind of relationship with Nani was kind of smirky, but just going out the way he did was just bad. So I'm going to go with Justin.
Okay.
Honorable mentions?
Yeah. Do you guys have any?
Notes?
The notes?
Can we talk about that for 1 second? Like, does that happen normally or no?
I feel like no.
I don't remember us hearing about like a contestant leaving and leaving behind something. Like, I don't know. Did I miss that?
I'm sure it's happened before, but like I would guess like less than like 3 times ever that they've shown.
Gotcha. Okay. Honorable mentions, Andy. Who you got?
I've got 5.
5.
3 LVPs, 2 MVPs. I'll start with LVP, honorable mention, Sydney. I just kind of fucking hate her.
Okay.
That's
Why?
about it. I just think she's annoying.
Okay.
She's so arrogant. Like, she's Laurel reincarnated.
That's why I kind of like her.
But half the size. But Sydney wasn't paired up with Kenny to start her career. Like, if the Laurel Kenny wasn't Laurel's introduction to this show, I probably would have hated Laurel too. So I'm seeing that with Sydney, and I don't like it. I also want to give an LVP honorable mention to Maps. Just not good. And then last but not least for LVP, foreshadowing. This was so bad. Before the daily, I turned to my insider DB.
Oh, come on.
And I was like, I guarantee you Justin and Nani are going in and probably going home. And she said, yeah, I think so. Like, it was just so pre-daily. It was so obvious. And then to Alex's point about Justin later on, I think this was after the daily. He said, like, Nani and I are just so mentally and physically exhausted. Like, all right, you're going home. You're not going to say that in the situation you're in and still stick around. And then honorable mention MVPs, I had Medrick because they just don't give a fuck. and they're here, and they're top 3 to win it all. I love that. And then last honorable mention MVP, it was called out either by Mike the Doctor. I think it was Mikey the Doctor. Honorable mention MVP, the 180. Sydney's clearly an AWL. She mentioned that she did a complete 180 on Michaela this season. Now, it's yet to be determined if we're going to get the full 360 by the end of the final, but we saw.
So you are giving an MVP to who there? The 180?
The 180. Not to Sydney, to the 180. The move that we created.
Correct. But you gave an AWL an LVP. I just want to clarify that.
Yeah. Look, if Mikey the Doctor or Tommy Tsunami is acting up in the chat, I'll give him LVP too. No one's safe.
Wow. I'm done on that note. That's just out of control. Honestly, I think Tommy has received an LVP.
Probably. He likes it.
What was he talking about with Cincinnati? Or as I like to call it, Cincinnati.
I don't know. I think it was about when I said on to Cincinnati.
Yeah. Is Tommy from Cincinnati? He says bring it. But I don't know. Andy, like, have you ever been to, like, I don't know. God, this one, actually, have you ever been to Cincinnati?
I mean, come on.
God.
Big noon kickoff.
It is there. I rep a portion of Cincy? Question mark?
What does that mean?
2 out of the 3 members in this STP family lived. Oh, Dayton, get the fuck out of here. You claim that as Cincy? I mean,
How do we kick someone from the live chat?
I mean, him claiming Cincinnati and living in Dayton, that's the equivalent of Challenge Mania recording in Chicago when it's an hour and a half away.
That you know what? Like I said, honorable mention LVP, Tommy Tsunami.
Dayton versus Cincinnati. I mean, come on. He wanted to be part of the 5-1-3. I mean, come on.
Unbelievable.
Right. Anything else? Any other movies that we can go see? I feel like Alex, you're going to see Wicked this weekend. I feel like that's your kind of type of movie. Andy, anything on the radar?
I might not watch a single movie or TV show until the final. I'm locked in.
I think we do have to talk about one thing. And I hate to bring this up. I saw this tweet. Rumored cast of Michael Mann's Heat 2. So far, DiCaprio confirmed. Christian Bale confirmed. Pacino, Austin Butler, Adam Driver, Ana de Armas, Jeremy Allen White, Bradley Cooper, Channing Tatum.
That's so fake.
But it's real. It's verified.
Come on.
I mean, it sounds almost comparable to like the Rivals 2 cast.
I mean, come on. Mikey's the Doctor writes, Trev, any spoilers on an in-person episode next week? Honestly, Mikey, it's not going to happen. I am stuck in Pittsburgh. I am staying here for Thanksgiving. I will be Thanksgiving alone, which is kind of sad and depressing, but it is what it is. Unless the boys make a trip up to Pittsburgh.
It is what it is.
Looks like the boys don't want to make a trip after all the times I make it to Indy, but it is what it is.
Come on.
We know where the family,
what it is.
we know where the family lies. Wait, do you hear that? I think that's George. It is what it is.
There it is.
I'll probably go see a movie alone on Thanksgiving. Be a fucking loser sits alone at the movies.
Root
It
for him?
actually sounds kind of nice.
God. All right. What movie should I go see? What comes out this weekend? I'll do a maybe we should just add reviews. Oh, actually, housekeeping. I don't think I'm going to be live next week. I have a game next Wednesday, so I think I'm out.
It's the final.
Part 1. There's like 3 parts. We're fine. Psh.
I'm pretty sure we made this rule years ago.
We
This
did not.
is not a brand new rule. Definitely was not made just right here, right now. But years ago, we said if you miss part 1 of the final, you also have to miss part 2 of the final.
Wow.
Yes, I do remember that 5 seconds ago. Yeah.
Alex, Andy, Adam in-person trio. I would love that. But the chances of that happening, I know these clowns won't come together. I'm the
Oh,
one that's
Trev
going
would
to-
be so pissed.
No, I'd actually love that. If we got Adam to go the over-under on the season, I'd be so happy. People forget. But I am also busy next week. I'm next Wednesday. I don't think I can make it either because I am seeing Zootopia 2. So
Zootopia's a good movie.
people sleep on Zootopia. Yeah, if you have Adam Meadows on the pod next week, let's just say you're gonna see a rental family on the pod.
Oh, God.
Which episode that I missed of the year is gonna be next week. You know, I've gone. What episode is it? 17 plus the preview show, 18. I've gone 18 straight episodes. I'm the only person that hasn't missed an episode this year. So, you know, going on vacation. So it is what it is.
Literally at the time you do not want to go home.
What have you done for me lately?
Enough. All right. On that note, I gotta go. You've been listening. Thank you guys for listening to a brand new Stir the Pod podcast show. I've been your host, Trevor. You can follow us on Twitter at Stir the Pod. You can follow us on Instagram at Stir_the_pod. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Shout out George. Shout out Mason. Go to bed. Bye-bye.